We are coming towards the end of the show, but, of course, as ever, you fire in your questions to me under the Barrage the Farage section. One viewer asks me, why do you think someone has waited nearly 2 years to release the information about the Downing Street party? Well, that's a question very much about Dominic Cummings, about his personality. You know what they say, revenge is a dish best served cold. And that's exactly what Cummings is doing. He is a scheming, calculating individual. I don't for one moment doubt his intelligence. And yes, he's been saving this up for the right moment. He did not feel, and it wasn't just Barnard Castle. The one thing about Cummings I liked is he thought the civil service had too much power in this country and they were stopping government from making the kind of reforms and changes that are needed. But he feels that Boris Johnson did not back him up in that very, very important battle. And frankly, he's been out to bring the Prime Minister down ever since that moment in time. It is ugly, it is unpleasant, there's nothing nice about this at all. And yet, at this gunfight at the OK Corral, as I see, between Cummings, who's the Wyatt Earp, and Boris, who's the sheriff, I have to say, however much I may dislike Cummings, I suspect his account of what took place over that party is the right one. And I think because of that, he's probably going to win this, and the Prime Minister's in real trouble. Robert asks, with the Russian army massing on the Ukrainian border, Chinese spies infiltrating Parliament through the Labour Party and COVID, do you think too much time is being spent on Boris Johnson's petty transgressions? If he's found to have lied to the House of Commons, that is not a petty transgression. And as Jay said, after the miserable time people have been through, the thought that those that made the rules did not apply them to themselves, that is not petty. What I would say, with all the things happening in geopolitics around the world, what the hell are we putting the Royal Navy into the English Channel to pick up migrants and bring them into Dover for? That really is mad. Alan asks, is an apology from Boris now meaningless? You know, I think people in life have great respect for those who get caught out, put their hands up and say, I'm sorry. I think people who do that often win a much broader audience. I think it's too late for Boris to apologise now because he's just denied. And you've heard him again tonight saying he thought it was within the rules. He set the blooming rules. And then to say he thought it was a work event. Well, it was a bring-your-own-bottle booze-up, and by all accounts, dozens of people were there. There were vast tables of drink. I mean, the whole thing's nonsense. Jack asks, do you think Silvio Berlusconi has a chance of returning as Italy's president? Well, I knew Berlusconi because in my first years and my last years in the European Parliament, he was a member of that Parliament. And there he was, in his 80s, the disreputable Silvio Berlusconi. He never, ever gives up. I have to say, I didn't know him that well. I never got invited to any of his parties, or Boris Johnson's. I don't think he's a credible figure to be Italy's president, and I don't think it's going to happen. Last one, a viewer asks, do you think it's time that all veterans of the armed forces are given a medal of recognition for service? One of the nicest things we could do in this country, and we should have done it years ago, is to issue a medal for those that did national service, for those that have served this country, so that when they attend the November the 11th memorial services, they've got something to wear that recognises their contribution. A national service medal would not cost a great deal of money and make millions of people and their families very happy indeed.